For the last 20 years, we've been gathering young men and women, old and young, to fast and pray in stadiums. But 7 years ago, Andy Bird, the leader of the Send, and friends came to my living room and said there's a shift coming to the call. And it will not be just fasting and prayer, but the proclamation of the gospel, signs and wonders, and stadiums will be filled, and Billy Graham's mantle is coming on the nation. And I heard that. I knew it was the Lord, that there's coming an evangelistic movement out of the call, and that Billy Graham was the signpost of something majorly shifting in America and the earth. For the last 7 years, we have been praying that Billy Graham's mantle would come on this nation and the earth. It would be a major outpouring of evangelistic anointing, and thousands would be saved. Literally, we've been praying for 80 million souls and 200,000 laborers to go to the field. And so when Billy Graham, over these last 7 years, we knew he was weak. In the beginning of this year, I was down in South Point, Hawaii, in a little assembly of God praying. And I'm reading how the mantle of Elijah came on Elisha. And I just got burdened, and I wrote in my book where Elisha's asking for the double portion. And I said, God, I said, Billy Graham, I will not let you go until I get a double portion of your spirit on the next generation. I didn't know that within 10 days he would be dying. I believe the hour has come. Billy is a signpost of a whole new Jesus movement. So what's significant is that a young man from a missions movement had this dream the day after Billy Graham died. He said in the dream, Billy Graham had died and left words to be read after his passing. These were the words that he left. I have hidden a treasure for those who seek to find, and the treasure map is in the book. Knowing the book to mean the Bible in the dream, I opened my Bible and immediately turned to a treasure map. The treasure map said, go to the river, find the strongest, most well-rooted tree by the river, take 40 steps east into the wilderness, and from there dig. So I followed the instructions on the map, went to the river, found the strongest tree, took 40 steps east from the tree into the wilderness, and began digging. 6 feet down, I found a wooden treasure chest shaped like a coffin. In the chest was an endless number of sickles, and in the dream I had this thought, that a man could spend his entire life giving away these sickles and never give them all away. And inscribed into the wood on the inside of the chest were the words, the harvest is ripe, equip the laborers. He said the dream shifted, and I was taken above the earth, and I saw thousands upon 10,000s of people all over the world finding these same chests with the same contents and the same inscriptions. It's a stunning dream to me. I believe what the Lord showed him was the blueprint of Jesus, the original evangelist. Jesus went down to the Jordan. I've called the Send down in Orlando, the Jordan. Jesus went down to the Jordan. He was the strongest tree. He got baptized, and immediately the Spirit drove him 40 days into the wilderness to fast. Digging 6 feet deep and hitting a chest like a coffin speaks of what happens in fasting. There is a death that takes place, but in the chest are more sickles that you could ever hand out. I've got to believe this was a sign to us that Billy Graham in some ways is releasing a mantle of evangelism, and thousands and 10,000s are pushing into this fast for a shift into the greatest era of Jesus the evangelist. I want to strengthen you today. Let's lay hold of that fast, crying out to God. Loose Jesus the evangelist. Mobilize evangelists. Raise them up in the streets and in the parks and in the stadiums. It's time for the Great Awakening.